Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to be reviewing for Pre-Calculus Lesson 2.2, and we're going to be talking about how to determine if something is a function. So the first thing we're going to look at is a graph. So I might be given a graph of something like this, and I might need to determine if it's a function. So what we would do is we'd use the vertical line test. And I like to use a ruler or some other straight edge. And I say, okay, is there any place on this graph where I can put this straight edge where it's going to touch my graph more than once? And the answer is no, there isn't. As I move it along this graph, there's nowhere I can put it where it's going to touch more than once. So this one is a function. Now, if I have a graph like this one, okay, and I take my vertical line and I move it along the graph, there are many places where it's going to touch more than once. Okay, so this one is not a function. Now, the question is, what if we have a piecewise function? Or a piecewise graph, anyway. Like that one. Notice, along this line down here, let me get rid of this other not function. Okay, along this line down here, it would touch only once all the time. Okay, but right here at the piecewise spot, right where it jumps values, it looks like it might touch twice. Anything beyond this, it would only touch once. But right here, it looks like it touches twice. But because this is an open circle, it really doesn't touch twice. The open circle means it's not equal to this x value here. Okay, this has a closed circle right there. So because this is an open circle and this is a closed circle, and they're on the same x value, you can definitely say that this is a function. Okay, now the question is, that's all well and good for graphs, and yeah, we can take a ruler and go ahead and do that, but what happens if it's a equation that they give us? So for an equation, you're going to solve for the y, okay, or at least try to, if you can, and each of the x value is going to give you only one y value, then it's going to be a function. So you'll notice I have two equations written here. So in the first one, I'm going to get y alone. So I'm going to add x squared on both sides. So I have y equals 2 plus x squared. Now, no matter what x value I put in here, like if I put in -1, I'm only going to get one specific y value, 3. If I put in -2, I'm going to get 6. If I put in +1, I will still get 3, but that's okay because these were different x values. The y values are allowed to repeat. The x values need to be unique and have only one result over here. Okay, so this is a function. Now this one over here, if I get y alone, I'm going to subtract x squared. And I get y squared equals 4 minus x squared. And then I have to get this square off of here, so I'm going to do the square root on both sides. And when you're the one introducing the square root, don't forget your plus or minus sign. So I get y equals positive or negative square root of 4 minus x squared. Now, when I put in like a 1 here, or a 2, or a 3, or whatever I put in here, I will have a problem. So I'll put in a 1. So if I put in a 1, I get the square root of 4 minus 1, positive or negative, and 4 minus 1 is 3, so it's positive or negative square root of 3. But wait a minute, it says positive or negative. That's 2 results, not 1. So this is not a function because I have this sign right here. And that's the major place where you will find that you don't get a function, is when you have to do a square root on both sides, because you have to introduce the plus or minus sign, which means you're definitely going to get 2 answers at the very end. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope it helped you with determining whether something's a function, and let me know if you have any questions.